Cobra Kai never dies. Well, that was cringy as hell. Nah, screw it, I'll keep it in the video. So, Cobra Kai Season 3. Good freaking show, man. Holy shit. I know I haven't reviewed Season 1 and Season 2, but Season 3 just came out and I just really want to talk about it. So, spoilers for Season 1 and 2 if you haven't watched it. Honestly, go and watch it. It's a really good show. Season 2 ends with Robbie kicking Miguel off the second floor and him falling down and hitting his back on the railing. Miguel is paralyzed and in a coma. Samantha is in a state of panic. Johnny is down bad. I mean, like, he's really down in the dirt right now. And John Kreese has taken over Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai Season 1 and Season 2 really felt like it was Johnny's show. Like, this show is about Johnny. If Karate Kid was about Daniel, Cobra Kai is about Johnny. But with Season 3, they started to expand a little bit more and started to explore Daniel's side a bit more. Now, it doesn't mean that Johnny is not the star anymore. He still is the star. But he kind of felt like he was pushed to the side. The show basically picks up with Miguel in the hospital. And what I really like is, while he's in his coma and he's fighting the coma, in his head, he's in a karate match and he's fighting. It kind of just shows you that what gives him that will to fight on is karate. And in a way, his sensei, Johnny Lawrence. Throughout the show, Johnny essentially teaches Miguel to start walking again and start fighting again. And while he's doing that, John Kreese is expanding the dojo. He starts recruiting like all the bullies from their high school, and this does create some tension there. Because if you watch Season 1 and Season 2, you know that the original students in Cobra Kai were actually all just nerds. Johnny Lawrence essentially transformed them into badasses. But now he's recruited the bullies who used to bully them, so that tension is there. Especially for Hawk. Hawk, the character with the lip, the weird lip, used to get bullied, but now the bullies are there in the dojo with him. This also makes him start to realize that John Kreese really doesn't really give a shit about any of them. He's only there for his own, for whatever his motivation is. Now, don't get me wrong, I know his motivation is, to fight for the soul of the All Valley or whatever that means, but hey, it's Cobra Kai, man. The thing that I especially liked about Season 3 is that the fight scenes were really amped up. Like, they really kicked it up to 11. Although at times it felt a bit ridiculous. I mean, like, these people are like really going all out. I mean, like, they're breaking shit. And while you're watching the show, like, you do kind of think, why don't you just call the cops? I mean, like, multiple counts of assault and battery, multiple counts of breaking and entering, theft. You know that we live in a civilized world, okay? You can just call the cops instead of karate. Like, admittedly, like, you don't really care about how that part doesn't really make sense because the story is just so interesting. I also really like the part where Daniel goes to Japan and meets some of the characters from Karate Kid 2. Yeah, including that villain dude who tried to kill the girl. There's some genuinely heartwarming scenes throughout this arc, which, to be honest, did make me tear up a little bit. We also get some flashback scenes where they explain why John Kreese is the way he is. You see where all these bad ideas come from, no mercy, strike hard, strike first. You see where it comes from and you see why he believes in this so hard. He even has that villain moment where that moment where he changes from good to bad. They even put that moment in there, which I think was great. And during this part is also where that name Cobra Kai comes from, which is badass as hell. In any other context or any other show, these types of fight scenes might come off a bit ridiculous. I mean, towards the end, these people are like literally breaking into people's house and like fighting each other and breaking shit in the house. In any other show, this would be ridiculous. Teenagers fighting in each other's house. But because they are embracing that nostalgic element there, it's like, it's not ridiculous, it's more like they're self-aware. Like, this show knows what it is and it does it well. Now, that's not to say that I liked every single thing about this show. There are certain things that I found a bit disappointing, particularly Robbie. His character was just really boring this season. And it's not really like the actor's fault or anything like that. It's just that he really didn't have much to do. He doesn't have much screen time throughout this entire season. Thank God for the haircut though, because holy shit, what the hell were they thinking? There's a point in this movie where Hawk, yeah, that guy, switches from being bad to being good. And at first the switch felt a bit rushed, like it felt like it didn't make any sense. But I thought about it and then I realized that there are so many points throughout the season where he sort of has like little realizations that John Kreese doesn't give a shit about him. And that part where he breaks Dimitri's arm, like that is actually the turning point. He realizes that he's pushing it too far and they are all going too far. So once you realize that, it makes a lot more sense. Of course, the season ends with Johnny Lawrence fighting John Kreese, and then Daniel LaRusso coming in to also help Johnny Lawrence and fight Kreese. And then just before Daniel can deliver the final blow, Samantha stops him. And then John Kreese is all like, oh, we'll settle this the old-fashioned way in the tournament where we will fight for the soul of All Valley. I'm gonna say Cobra Kai Season 3 definitely gets an A-. It took a long ass time to make Season 3, so hope so Season 4 doesn't take as long, because I'm pumped to watch it, Lovey. Really pumped.
You like the trigger?
Quiet! I really recommend you guys watch this. It's a really good show. Please watch Season 1 and Season 2 and Season 3. Also, before you watch Cobra Kai, do watch the original Karate Kid, the one that came out in the 80s. Watch the first one and maybe the second one as well. Then you really understand the story. If you don't watch that one, you probably won't get the story. It is, after all, a continuation of that movie. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment and subscribe. You know the drill. Ciao. Is that how he does it?
You could give me like a warning.
Quiet!
This worldview that could trigger.
Quiet!
You could give me like a warning.
Quiet!
This worldview that could trigger.
Quiet!